Well, hello there, YouTube. Big D here. Time to review Sons of Anarchy Season 7, Episode 6, titled Smoke 'em If You Got 'em. This is a spoiler review. If you have not seen the episode, go to fx.com/Sons of Anarchy and watch the full episode there. It should take me about 2-3 minutes to recap the episode, pros, the cons, the final score. Thank you so much for joining me. And the final season, hashtag final season. By the way, the guy who plays Mark Boone and Chibs, Tom Flanagan, were in my town this weekend, a couple days ago. I didn't get to go meet them, but they were in my town for the Roar by the Shore Fest. I don't know if they went to your town, but cool story, bro. Anyway, let's get started, man. Again, spoilers, you have been warned. So they're doing a toast to girls in the beginning, and basically Wendy still loves Jax, and Tig does this joke about, like, oh, they'd come back to this bar even if there were dead bodies on the floor. Too soon? Now, I love how Nero does, or Jax teases, maybe you'll be my stepdaddy soon to Nero. Doesn't look that way towards the end. Now, the place is to be remodeled, so Juice robs this gas stop. Jax questions Wayne. And Wayne lies, and he's like, oh, your mom just told me to blah, blah, blah. I already forgot, but he lies. And I don't know why Jack's saying, like, you know what, you're lying. You're lying, Wayne. I know that look. But he's not thinking. And I love how Chibs is talking to, what's her name, Jari? And he's like, you should be thanking me for the sex. And Lin may give up the MC, basically, like turning his back to get out or to have extra time. Alvarez arrives and talks to Nero. And this other Mayan president, he's like, you better take care of your bitch. And he's like, don't talk about Gemma like that. I'm going to mess you up. I'm Jimmy Smith, motherfucker. I put up with Dexter. Kind of like that moment. I don't know why I did that. I'm just used to doing that for some reason. And he goes with Alvarez, basically. And they meet with the skinheads, Jax, and the group. And it's a full-on fight, man. Before it was guns, and then they're like, you know what? Let's fight like men. They go at it. Gemma talks to Gertie. And Juice visits the Mayans, and he wants to go to Mexico, basically. And he was going to put intel on Sam Crow. Jax sees Juice. Oh, that moment, baby. I can't even explain. Words cannot be spoken about that moment. So the Mayans want the guns, and I quote, we're going to take out Marks together. So Juice gets thrown into Nero's closet. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Literally, he goes in and he's like, shit. So, I'm a coward. That's a quote from Juice. We've already known that since like 7 seasons. Jackson group attack Delane, and they deal with the skinheads again, and they like the cocaine. He's like, woo! He just goes right at it. And Nero confronts Gemma, and she says that she was helping Juice. And basically the Mayans and Jax are having a new friendship. And the way it should be. New friendship to the new friendship. The way it should be. And at the end, Jax walks Juice out. The true death should be ordered from the American Vampire Society Authority. No, I'm kidding. This ain't True Blood, but it is Sons of Anarchy. And overall, that was a great ending, a great tease, man. So overall, pros to cons. What did I think about this episode? Let's talk about cons. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Please do. Now, this episode is slow. 60% of this episode is slow. It's one of those episodes where it's like, it's good, it's interesting, but it's not, it's degrading of slowness, and it's very repetitive and boring, and it's dragging. There are boring parts. There's about like 40% of boring parts in this episode where I don't care. Like that Wendy and Bobby scene in the beginning, and he's like, he still loves you, and we don't need that. We honestly don't need that. We don't care. We want to see Juice. We want to see Jax. And Gemma talking to Gertie. I know it's Leah Michelle and everything, but talking for a whole fucking 15 minutes if you add all the scenes together. No one cares, really. Now, some parts were good with Leah Michelle and her, but not all of them. Why was she there? Did she even eat her Danish? Why was she asleep at the table? Human courtesy, man. Come on. And the effects there were shooting effects in here, and it looked. I love Sons of Anarchy. I've seen season 1, season 2, season 3, season 5, season 6, but still, I know the effects. They're good sometimes, but this one's really brought me out of it because when they were shooting the other 49ers, it was just horrible effects, man, and the guns, and that's when I first noticed that, oh, that doesn't look that great. And there's not much progress in this episode at all. It's basically like sitting still, and maybe like 5% of progress was done towards the end of the episode, and that's it. Not much was done. Now, pros. The action in this episode is satisfiable, by the way. I love how every week we tune in, like, who's gonna die? Kurt Sutter said someone's gonna... Nope, no one died. But next week someone will die that we care about. Do we care about the 49ers? Do we care about the skinheads? I don't think so. I love the dialogue in this episode, though. I love the quotes and everything. I really do enjoy quoting them back, and I think that the Mayans and Jax were good scenes, and Nero and Juice were good scenes. Juice himself in this episode, he sees the fear that when Jax sees him, he's like, what is he doing here? What is this? Yeah, that's the Reaper coming for you, Juice. He doesn't belong to have that vest on. And I love the directing. I think, who directed this episode real quick? Please allow me. Guy Ferland. Don't know who that is, but did a great job, man, of directing, and the camera angles and the car chase. All of that was amazing. The motorcycles. Overall, I love the ending. The way that it didn't do no montages. You were like, when he was walking away and you were thinking, this is probably the end. No, please don't be the end. Please don't be the logo. It's the end. Kurt Sutter, you dick. Now, overall, I'm going to give this episode a solid B. Secondarily, a C+. It's a fun episode, yet it has boring yet dry taste to it. Yet, out of the, what are we talking about, 60 minutes, 65 minutes of an episode, it was fun, interesting, some boring parts, some cool parts. Overall, again, it earns a B. This episode has some slow parts where you want to skip, but it all adds up at the end once Juice and Jax and Death is coming. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this review. Also, I review on Tuesdays The Flash and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Check that out tomorrow. Arrow and American Horror Story Freak Show. Just reviewed Jane the Virgin yesterday, and Gotham and The Blacklist. Check out all my reviews, The Walking Dead, everything, baby. Thank you so much. Feel free to subscribe, guys. See you next week for more, which is called Green Sleeves. And please share this video. Let everyone, Sons of Anarchy is back, and we only have like 7 episodes left, man, so it's getting crazy. Thank you so much again. May the Spock be with you always. Hashtag Final Ride, and as always, kill the skinheads. Juice is fucked. He's fucked.